I found two Gen Z that are not. I'll be happier when it's not around. I'm like, why? I can't do the 9 to 5. I can't. I mean, I feel terrible for saying this, but there were times, wow, radio, everything's there. That's our one source of entertainment. It is not like that. In the WWE ring, announcing a match, it was Sheamus and The Miz.
Welcome to the Drive to Success podcast, where we go beyond the titles and achievements to find out what fuels high-performing professionals. And today, the tables have turned, but before we introduce our guests, brother, can you tell us about our title sponsor today?
Yep, so Apex Auto Cars, it's me and Khalif trying to help out the car community, and we sort of help them out by picking the performance cars from the start of the journey all the way to the end and share our expert opinions and advice.
Now, as I said, the tables have turned. Usually this guy is the one that interviews people or pranks them, but today is the other way around. We have Ian Nasrun from Fly FM.
Sup, boys?
20 years of growing up listening to you, and now meeting you face to face is absolutely, it's interesting, the feeling, dude. It's feel like I've known you for years.
You know, it feels like that too. We've been communicating a lot, but why you gotta start with making me feel old, 20 years?
Dude, man, but the fact that, dude, you look like you're like 30, bro. Your skin has no wrinkles. What's your secret, dude?
Paid him to say that. You know, I feel like doing a job that you love actually helps. It's so cliched, right?
Right.
But when you do something that you really enjoy, it doesn't become a job. It just becomes a passion.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel like stress is a huge part of my life.
Right.
Like I've touched wood, you know, the radio career has been it's enjoyable. It is what you see. That's what the career is like. You talk to people, meet new guys, you're always out and about.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that helps if I can toot my own horn.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well,
Yeah.
Interesting enough, I have not known so much about your earlier part of your life, right?
Right.
So we want to actually go dive in a little bit deeper to see what made you, Ian, the way you are now. So do you think that your childhood actually played a part into developing who you are today?
I had a really good childhood, by the way. So back then, full story, my dad had a lot of money
Right.
at that point in time in my life. So we did the Disneyland, the trips overseas. And from already young, I kind of knew that I wanted to do something talking,
Right.
like radio career. And I bring up, my dad had a lot of money because about 20 years later, he lost all that.
Okay.
So I got put in a position where I was to find a career quick and kind of earn a lot of money. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I started by working at an event management company.
Right.
Actually, my first job. It's not my first job, but I know we're gonna get to that later on. And I just wanted quick money, just to make money real quick, help out my parents, you know. And yeah, the childhood definitely fueled me to be motivated later on in life,
Right.
especially once my dad had lost the money that he had. It helped me to like, okay, my parents aren't doing so well, I need to help them out. So that was always my motivation. And that carried me through whatever job that I was doing at the time. Like I said, event management is it's not really a job, it's a life.
Right.
You don't get any time off. So that was what I experienced for about 2 years before radio.
I see. But what was your first job, by the way?
My first job was working in Foot Locker in Melbourne. You know,
Locker?
you in
Melbourne.
Melbourne too, right?
Oh,
Okay, so people know Melbourne Central. Foot Locker
yeah.
there.
Oh, that one. Oh, man.
I was really passionate about shoes.
Okay.
So I applied for a job while I was a student because, you know, you want extra money, right?
Right.
And selling shoes was part of it, but the passion was buying shoes.
Okay.
So you get a 20% discount, bro, working at Foot Locker, so I could
Right.
get the new Jordans,
Right.
I understand.
all the new Nike Air
Get it,
Force
you get it.
Ones. So I really didn't make any money. I just got a lot of shoes from the job. So everything I got, I spent on shoes.
So simultaneously, you were the best Foot Locker employee and the best customer at the,
The best
same time.
customer at the same time, exactly. It was crazy. Yeah.
Man.
So this is one thing that you guys both have in common, which is you guys were both studying in Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
So how was that like in Melbourne?
was
How
good.
do you have it there?
It was good. So I actually went there when I was really young. My
Yeah.
parents sent me to boarding school, Geelong Grammar School. So I came back with an Australian accent, right? That was really bad. And that didn't work for radio at all, but we jump back to that later on. It was good, but I wasn't the kind of kid who would go back every single holiday.
Right.
So my parents would come and visit me there, and I really missed Malaysia. That's why I knew once I finished uni and all that, I wanted to come back. There was
Right.
no negotiation. Was it like that for you too?
Yeah, it was. It
Right?
was, yeah.
Because it's good, the life there, but it's not home.
Mm.
You know, the food, the people. I knew I was there for a little while, and I want to come straight home.
Right. So no thoughts of like migrating over there.
Zero. I think I had my PR because they gave it to us at that time.
Right.
But I just lost it. And
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, oh, it's a shame, but why?
Right.
You know? Especially now, it's so expensive, dude.
Right.
Yeah,
So
it is
expensive.
crazy expensive now.
At what age did you came back to Malaysia, bro?
I was 20, 20, Australian accent comes
Yeah,
back, huh?
20.
21, at the end of 21.
Okay.
And that's when I worked with the event
Event management company. So this career, how did it start? And like, you always knew that you want to be a radio DJ since you were a kid.
In my heart, but you don't really. Who says I want to be a radio DJ?
Yeah,
Because
true.
okay, back then, early 2000s, it's not
Right.
really a career where people be like, "Hey, that's what you want to do." You know,
Correct.
parents won't encourage it, but mine was super encouraging.
Ah,
My parents always said, "Chase your passion." But I'm like, I need money, dude. So I actually got a job with Astro at the time, my old employer, who I don't speak to too much anymore. I mean, you can cut this bit out. But anyway, I got my first job. And I started working in the marketing department. It was
Right.
this thing called client promotions where you
Right.
come up with ideas for all the radio stations.
Right.
So I did that for a bit. And then Jake Abdullah, he's like
Oh.
my mentor, also really close friend of mine. He was the one who heard me during one of the meetings. He's like, you should try to be on air. You should try. And I
Right.
was like, oh, okay. You know, I'll give it a shot. So I started doing weekends. And it's really about timing because my best friend at the time, Rudy, he was leaving the breakfast show.
Right.
Yeah.
And being his
Oh,
best
I
friend.
remember
I'm like,
Rudy.
I remember, yeah.
So I was close to him and I was like, hey, suggest my name lah. And when he left, I replaced him.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Probably half because I was good friends with him. You
Right.
know, half because I really wanted that job.
Right.
And so I did the morning show in 2008. And that's how I got my start.
Right. So now it's been what? Have you never like in the past 2 decades of your career ever thought like, hey, maybe it's time to hang it up, time to try a different part, try maybe have my own business?
Okay.
Yeah.
So specifically, I started radio in 2004 and I did the morning show in 2008.
Right.
So it's been 21 years, dude.
21 years.
I've tried. I can't do the 9 to 5. I can't. It's number one, it's too boring. I peak in the morning.
Right.
You know, okay, you do bodybuilding. You know, you got to peak at a certain time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for me, it was always in the morning.
Yeah.
At 5 o'clock, I'm like this, dude. I can't. And my life is set that way.
Right.
5 o'clock in the morning, I'm peaking. So my wife knows on weekends,
Mm.
avoid me at 6 o'clock in the morning. Just sleep in because I'm high energy then. And so by 1, 2, I'm already starting to be a bit more mellow. So I feel like I have to do this.
Right.
If I want to change jobs, it has to be something that peaks in the morning too. I know there's not many jobs with that, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, unless I become a market salesman or I go be fisherman, they do it early in the morning.
Right. So
Yeah.
so give me a rundown of like your daily routine on like
Okay.
work days. What's that like, man?
Okay, so 4:30 a.m. wake up.
Right.
5:30 a.m. arrive in the office.
Right.
Whatever in between then, as long as I make it by 5:30 a.m. And now office is 10 minutes away, so it's great. Show starts at 6 a.m. So that half an hour is just so that we get the latest news, anything that happened. Because sometimes we plan the day before, everything changes. If it's something big like Liam Payne, you know that One Direction guy,
Right.
when he died, they were
Right.
like, okay, we got to change the show. Okay, shows from 6 to 10 a.m.
Mm.
Then from 10:20, we take a break. 10:20 is very set. Huh?
Right.
10:20 to 11:30, we do our planning for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
This is when we decide what we're gonna do. We write down what we're gonna talk about in our breaks, our talk sets. But we don't write a script.
Right.
It's just point form. Okay, this, that. And I got 2 new partners. Shout out to Adam and Nadia.
Mhm.
So we just plan how we're gonna have that conversation. And the conversation is raw in the morning when you hear it.
Right.
Okay, so getting back to that, 11:30, I'm done with the prep. Then 11:30 to 12:30, social media shoot.
Mm.
And then 12:30 to about 1:30 is whatever else is left behind in case we got to change show, meeting with the boss, meeting with sales or whatever it is. And normally 1:32, we're done.
Mhm.
That's why I met you guys at 2 o'clock, 2:30.
Right.
Yeah.
So just basically this after your work already, right now?
Yeah. And in fact, the bulk of the work comes after the show. Yeah. The show is just when we are our presenter selves. We
Right.
know what we're talking about. We have the conversation, we're taking callers,
Right.
playing games, that kind of stuff. Lah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that what's that bulk of that work that's coming afterwards?
That's the planning.
That's the
That's the
planning.
hard part. You gotta figure out what you're gonna do. Because we speak 10 times every hour.
Right.
And each time we speak is about 3 minutes. Lebih kurang.
Mm.
So you gotta think about 10 different things to talk about. Or if something has the miles to go, 2 to 3 different talk breaks, then we'll discuss that. So a lot of that is in the discussion. So argue, with the rest of my crew, what we want to talk about.
see.
Who's leading this, who's leading that kind of thing. Yeah.
So technically you have a partner in which by in tandem you guys kind of switch based on what
Yeah.
you're gonna say. Yeah.
So there's 3 people on the show. Like I said, there's 2 new Gen Z guys,
Right.
Adam and Nadia on the show. And we have our producer. So it's 4 of us, 4 ideas. If we each bring 5 ideas is enough for the whole show.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Now, one thing I'm quite curious about this is, Ian, you've sat by and seen like different generations, different sort of shifts in
Yeah.
how the world consumes media, right?
Yeah.
How is radio truly performing these days? Is there a
Okay.
shift?
Okay, you know I'm going to be slightly biased because I'm a radio guy,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But now people see radio. They don't just hear it. A
Right.
lot of our work is done on social media. So, dude, there's many attacks to this. If someone sees us on social media and they're like, okay, that's pretty interesting, then they might tune into us. Then you have your loyal listeners throughout Malaysia. Remember, not all of Malaysia has Spotify and everything like that. Radio is the easiest, most accessible media.
Right.
It's free. Everyone can get it. And it's accessible everywhere. So when you're in your long cars, car drives, and when you're taking commute or something like that, then it's the easiest thing to get access to. And I've also accepted that radio, sometimes with a background thing. Radio might be on, but people are doing their jobs. Radio might be on, but you might be eating. You know, it's like a companion. So that's how it's changed. Back in the day, it was the, wow, radio, everything's there. That's our one source of entertainment. It is not like that. So you hear radio, but you see radio too now.
I see.
And I think that's the biggest change. Like I said, we spend so long on social media.
Right.
It's important. If you're not seen, you're not heard.
Right.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, like working with different colleagues, now you got these Gen Z kids that are
Yeah.
coming in, right? Is it a challenge working with these kids?
Dude, so when you say Gen Z, what's the first thing that's on your mind?
Chuckle,
Okay, what's the
chuckle.
first thing that's on your mind? You tell me first.
Politically correct.
Okay, that's one. That's what I...
Being cancelled when you're not.
Okay. The other thing is, how about work ethic? You tell me, what do you think about Gen Z?
I think
They have one?
Is it? Okay, you tell me.
I think that sometimes they can be entitled, all right? And they I'm trying to word it correctly. Wow, your job is hard.
Just say
Yeah,
it. It's
you
fine.
gotta be
But
nice,
what-
man. Just
What's the
untap
first
them.
thing that comes to your
So
mind?
you
Would you
be
say
nice.
Gen Z?
I think they're special
Okay.
in a sense.
Okay, would you say spoiled?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
These two, I found two Gen Z that are not. They come in the same time as I do at 5:30.
Right.
They leave when it's done. And I've never had a problem. I'm not just saying this because I'm on
Right.
air with them. I've never had a problem with these two.
Right.
So I'm hanging on to these two because you become who you work with,
Right.
through osmosis.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah,
younger.
yeah.
Look, I'm not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah.
I need that young energy.
Right.
So I'm really feeding off them.
Right.
And the fact that I found the two Gen Z with the work ethic, look, sorry, if you're Gen Z and you work hard too, I'm sorry, but these two, not just saying that, they are special
Right.
and in a
Nice.
good way. Because my perception was also like, Allah, they're not going to come on time, they're going to want to leave early. No,
Right.
they really want this. So,
Right. So what's this process like in whereby how do you choose the next radio announcer?
okay, so we're business at the end of the day,
Right.
right? So I'm not the one that solely makes the decision,
Mm.
but the chemistry with me matters. So that's the part that matters. I will be at the end when I audition them. Management and all that will pick the right people that they think fit our demographic, right for the station. Like. Our station, Fly FM, is supposed to be fun, it's young, it's social media, that kind of thing. So they'll pick the right people for that, and then they'll come and do like a test drive with me. If it works, shortlisted, choose the best ones at the end of the day. And we pick the best two. Two guys who are really active on social media. That's where I like kurang skit, right? At my age. And their work ethic. That's what I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, I thought, okay, I'll come to 5:30. How long will I have to wait for them? Then I see the two of them waiting in the car. That's the one thing that's Gen Z, like, they won't go in until I'm there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They'll still wait for me and then they'll go in. But dude, yeah. So getting back to your question, the bosses will narrow down the ones they think will be able to do the job, and I'll audition them.
Right. So now, let's say that I'm someone that wants to be a radio announcer. What are the realities that we have to face? Is this a lucrative career? Is this a career that's challenging? Or is it supposed to fit a certain kind of person?
This is way harder than it sounds.
Yeah.
You have to be yourself.
Oh.
If there's some people that come there, hey man, how's it going, man? And they speak in
Oh.
an accent.
Yeah, right.
The kind
And
of put on
then-
thing, yeah.
Like I heard you two, I've been hanging out with you two for 10
Yeah.
minutes. You speak how you speak.
Right.
Okay. When they do that, you're always conscious about how you speak and your image.
Right.
After you do this every day, the chinks in the armor will start to show. Like
I
you
see.
start to show who you really are. And if you can just be comfortable with being yourself, that is the best guy for radio.
I see.
You speak like what you want ideally is someone who on air sounds exactly the same off air.
I see.
If they're two different people, you're screwed.
I
Right,
see.
right. So that sort of character that comes on radio though doesn't work
It
generally.
doesn't work. I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're doing a character, unless you're coming in because of your character.
Have there been people like that?
What? Who have an accent?
No, but essentially like on air, they
I'll say you
sound a
go.
certain way, but off air they're different.
God,
They are.
God.
right,
I mean,
right.
a lot of people who I think are still on air.
Okay.
But you know, it's hard. It's hard to maintain that
Right.
persona. You know, when it's not
Yeah.
real. Like you want to. Now people can. I mean, with social media, you can tell because
Right.
you're always going to be on, right? You do your own posts. So people can tell. So
Right.
they'll see through that really quickly.
Right,
Yeah.
I see.
So you gotta be yourself, man. Like how you're speaking now.
Right.
I love that off before we were meeting each
Yep.
other. You sound
Got it.
exactly the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I mean, I've been doing social media for the past 10 years as
Ah.
well. So like, man, it's tiring trying to put on an act, right? The whole time.
Exactly.
Right. So I try to my best, to my abilities to like be able to maintain that online
Yeah.
and offline as well. Of course, I speak now mostly in English in the podcast, but
Yeah.
usually my content's in Bahasa Melayu.
Right, yeah, which I've seen.
Yeah.
And it's funny that we have to say, try to be yourself.
Right.
That should be the easiest thing, right?
True. No, because a lot of people, I believe it's more to do with their self-esteem because they
True.
believe themselves are not adequate enough.
There you
I
go.
think that's the case.
Yeah. Phew, that's deep. This is going
Pretty
deep.
much. So 20 years being in this, where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years? My
I was
friend?
worried you're gonna ask that question.
Oh.
Whenever I make plans,
Right.
it doesn't work out. And
Right.
that I hate saying that because I always like, okay, I think I'm just gonna try something else. Radio always draws me back in. I'm so lucky to be in a position where I love my job, and you know, alhamdulillah, I get paid for it. So yeah, while the 10 years, you said?
5 to 10
Okay,
years.
5 years, I definitely see myself still doing radio.
I-
10 years, I'd like to think that, I don't know, I wouldn't mind doing this, the podcast
Right.
thing. But I feel like I'm not ready yet. I still, like the radio thing is still working.
Mhm.
But I eventually want to do this where it's a lot more, well, I'm doing it for myself. You know, right now I'm working with a company, right?
Can I pre-subscribe to your channels first? Can you just
Hey,
admit
thanks,
it to me,
man.
you know?
I
And then I just
appreciate it.
subscribe it first.
I have one subscriber. I got Jason on that, so it's
Right.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, when the day comes, when you say goodbye, I think I'll cry, man, honestly.
Oh,
It's been like, oh no, really, for the past, can you imagine, dude? I've listened to your voice every day when I go to school.
thanks, man. I appreciate
Like for years, I've been listening. My mom fetched me to school.
Yeah.
She'll turn on hits,
Aw.
Yeah.
right? And I'll just listen. And then I'm just, every day, I'm just looking forward to those gocha calls, honestly.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
You
No,
know those
'cause-
died, right?
Yeah, because like growing up, like coming from an English speaking home,
Yeah.
that's kind of the one channel you have, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, back then it was.
like it or not, you're kind of everybody's older brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, I
you're-
appreciate it.
oh,
Yeah. So it gets like that when people reach out and they say that, oh, we kind of grew up with you there.
Right.
I love that feeling. I'm not
Right.
ready to give that up yet.
Yeah.
I know it's a simple thing, but I'm not ready to give that up yet.
Right. All right. So now let's not talk about the future right now,
Yeah.
but looking back at the past 2 decades of this job, what the career highlights? I know I can pick one for you. Can I pick one for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was meeting John Cena, dude.
Oh, man.
John Cena.
John Cena, dude.
I start with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Right.
And I always wanted to manifest a way for me to meet the WWE
Yeah.
guys. And dude, meeting John Cena, you know, was an accident. Like I was backstage
Accident?
I was backstage. So, okay, context. I was a ring announcer. I was hired to be a ring announcer
Okay.
for WWE. Dream come true, right? So I was already happy the fact that I'm gonna be in there in the WWE ring, announcing a match. It was Sheamus and The Miz, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Okay? So backstage, everybody was there. I was too shit scared to ask for a picture or an autograph.
Right.
So I feel like, oh damn, I missed out on so many photos. Okay. Then I was freaking out and I was about to go on. And then John Cena comes up. And I was like, oh shit, there he is. I can see him.
Mhm.
And he looked at me and he was like, hey man, sorry, I can't remember what he said because I was too nervous. And he spoke to me and he said, do you want a picture? I was like, yes, please. So he grabbed my phone and he took the selfie. That's one, I don't know if you saw.
I saw that. Yeah.
And he took a few, he just gave me a few words, and I was so like, oh my God, John Cena, that I don't remember, man. I don't remember shit of what he said. And then they called me to go out and be the ring announcer job. And I'm like, I just met John Cena. How am I going to go out there?
Yeah.
I forgot the wrestlers, I forgot everything. And I was just like, yeah, I was stunned with that.
Right.
Highlight.
How about that? Aside from that, what else is the highlights of your careers, bro?
Okay, you're going to think I'm lame for this, but this, man, when people, and this happens every other day, when people come up and they go, hey, man, I grew up with you. So it's a slow build.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get that so much in the beginning, but after years of doing this job, it's people coming telling you what you kind of meant to them. Like I had a shitty drive to work. You know, I didn't get along with my parents or whatever, but you know, on radio that gave me a little bit of happiness. It's so cliched, but when this happens a lot, that's what I invested in before. You know, the people who were dedicated listeners. Now,
Mm.
whenever I meet someone, they're like, hey, thanks, man. And dude, that feels fucking good. It
Right.
feels so good. I want to say it's a high, but it's more like a warm feeling,
Mhm.
you know? And I know it's so cliched, right? But that is probably the main highlight. And that took a while to build up.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, it shows.
Mm.
Dude, I don't know whether you know this, but I watch your stories religiously for the past, I don't know, maybe 3 years.
Thanks, man.
Every single story, dude.
Yeah.
So that's how I know your highlights whenever
Yeah.
the trees fall around our area.
Yeah, I'm the tree guy, right?
Yeah, tree guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it shows in the fact that you really love your job.
I do.
Like, honestly, like
Yeah.
a lot of people say that. It sounds cliche, but you really do. If not, you wouldn't be doing this for like what,
Yeah.
2 decades?
Yeah.
Yeah. If not, you wouldn't be doing it unless you really loved it.
And it's a love that doesn't go away, dude. Like I always think to myself, don't you want to do something else? Don't you try anything? Is this all you want to do? Is this all you are? But why, when why run from something that you're already enjoying so much
Understood.
and passionate about? And it keeps
Yeah.
giving back.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, like being dads, I heard from just before the interview started that we both went on a dad bod journey ourselves. Would you like to to share us your journey and what it took and who you did it with?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've always been active in school, sports. I just give you the full background. I was 100% always gymming, playing basketball, doing jiu-jitsu, all that kind of stuff
Okay.
until COVID. And I had a great workout partner, still have, Jake Abdullah. You all know him, bodybuilding
Yep,
world
of
definitely
course.
knows him. So I used to work out with him religiously. In 2020 during COVID, we got separated for obvious reasons. Dude, I discovered pizza, the joy of making pizza. So throughout the whole of COVID, I was 74 to start, 74 kgs. By the end of it, I was 96, bro.
Damn.
96 kgs. And not a good 96, not a 16% body fat 96.
Right.
I'm talking maybe close to 40%. I never checked because I was too insecure. So coming out of COVID till 2024, I didn't work out. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't even do a push-up. So in 2024, I was 96 kgs. Then I was like, okay, Jake and I reconnected and we just, because he was with Fly. He's kind of managing the whole Fly Fem thing. And we started working out again. Dude, working out with him has been like the biggest sort of salvation, like when it links to everything, because you work out, you feel good, and then you want to eat healthy. It's a chain effect. Y'all know this.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of my stupid habits went away just by going to the gym, because once you get one ball rolling, everything else falls into place. So 2024, I started working out with him. That was the biggest drop. That first initial water retention drop. Yeah. I remember I went to 86 and I was like, yes! But body fat was still high. Then that was the difficult part, getting from 86 to where I am now. I'm at 78, 76. That was the difficult part because you feel like you're plateauing. Not like your bodybuilders do, but I just felt like I was getting to the point where I'm not going down. And yeah, so we just kept pushing. I changed my diet completely. I do one meal a day now because it works for me and I don't get too hungry. And now I'm down to 78. I'm about just under 20% body fat, I think. I haven't checked all the time because, like I said, I'm still insecure. But it's really about having a good workout partner. Because, dude, if you go by yourself, you're not gonna go. There's some days you're gonna be like, alah, tak apalah, semalam, I push, dah buat cardio, dah malas ah. With Jake, dude doesn't rest. Dude doesn't rest. No, he's 61, bro.
Right.
He does not, there'll be times when I'm like, I'm sure he's gonna be tired today. I know he had a long day. He's probably gonna text me and say, oh, Ian, no need. His normal text will be like, what time, huh? I'm like, okay. And so having him, dude, helps a lot.
Right.
Because through osmosis, I adopt the kind of lifestyle he does. The guy eats clean 24 hours. He'll say, I cheat, or once in a while I have chocolate. But I really feel like having a good mentor, good workout partner, that's the key. That's the key. Like, you can have all the motivation in the world, but one day you're just not gonna want to go. So yeah, I watch his habits. I don't know if you follow him, but he's a very motivational guy.
I do.
And I love people like that because I realize that once you start working out, once you start getting these habits, and your time's dedicated to this, you'll see a lot of people disappear in your life. The ones who, go out, party, the ones who are there with you just for the good times.
Right.
And I'm happy to say, Jake's also someone that if I know I'm in shit, I'll call him.
I see. How long have you known Jake, by the way?
Dude, he's 2001.
Dang.
Yeah. And I was
Oh.
working out with him ever since then.
Okay.
I mean, it's funny to see like the bodybuilding community, whenever they see him, they're like, Ane, how you
Yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
brother? So I follow that lifestyle when I'm with him.
Ah.
And he's non-stop. Jake doesn't take a break. That's the thing about Jake.
Mm.
Yeah. He can kill me when he hears I speak so much about him. But yeah, I owe him a lot in that respect because I try to mimic how he does things. Like I can't go hard as him. Like he's hard in everything he does.
Right.
Like, I feel happier in this lifestyle too, dude. Like when I was 96 kgs, I was depressed.
Mm.
You don't know it at the time.
Yeah.
But my self-esteem, I didn't want to go out. And what culminizes, what was the sort of peak of this low self-esteem? His wife and I went on holiday to Langkawi. I refused to take off my shirt.
Oh.
And I was like, I didn't want to
Yeah.
go to the beach. I was making out excuses to her. I was saying, I don't want to go to the beach. It's hot, lah. I don't feel well. That's when I knew, like, okay, I need to get my shit together, man. Can you
Absolutely.
swear in this?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
Okay, I
That's
need to
right.
get my shit together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you saying you were like that too?
Yeah, when I was younger, I mean, both of us also can speak about this.
Yeah.
I was about 84 kilograms when I was at the age of 13. Yeah. So 84 at 13, that's fat, man.
Dang.
Yeah.
And
So
are you like this all year round?
no.
You look-
No, I'm at my peak. I had size 42 waist and 125 kilos when I was in Aussie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aussie would do that.
Yeah.
Aussie would
What's
bloody do that
what's
to
what's
you.
with the Aussies?
Just
Food.
yeah, it's just
And the
food,
habits.
cafe, restaurants.
Yeah.
Is food that good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
clearly.
but you look cut now, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
we're
look-
getting there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We started working again together because we connected last year in
Right.
November.
Yeah.
Since then it's been like, wait, I think what was the weight that you started, Alif?
92, 37%.
Then when you met
Right.
me, we were at like 85 already.
Yeah, and then 85.
85, and now you're like what, 83 this morning, right?
Yeah, 83
Yeah.
this
Right.
morning.
So
yeah.
the drop in weight wasn't that much, but the
Body
Composition.
fat.
composition changed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I really think it was a lot of water retention, man. I just was eating salty foods, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And you could see it. My
Yeah, yeah,
face was
it's
so
blown.
wide, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once that initial weight went down, that's why I said the difficulty was that 86 to 96.
Correct.
Yeah. 76.
76.
It's the other way around.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
So I think you wanted to ask him about the supplement.
Yeah, so like, well, us being slightly more aged than the other guys, like,
Mm.
how do we keep this up? Like, how do you, what is your supplementation stack look like?
Okay, so I
Yeah.
keep it simple because I am a forgetful guy, and because I have that routine every morning,
Mm.
I want quick.
Right.
So, I just have creatine,
Mhm.
protein powder, and what's the other one that I take? My goodness, I forget now. I mean, amino acids.
You're
too.
right.
That's it.
That's
This is my main three thing. I don't go beyond that. I just really try to keep to as clean a diet as I can.
Mm.
Okay,
So I cook most of my meals.
nice.
I rarely eat out, and then
So-
that saves money
So
too.
real
you know?
whole foods, cooked at home.
Yeah, and honestly, it's quicker to get full on clean foods than it
Yeah.
is when you eat like mama and stuff. Once in a while, I go out. Like, I'm not 100% clean. Yesterday, I just had like ayam bawang with nasi and telur and all
Next
that.
time, call me, bro. Really? For real, for
Okay.
real.
Okay. For the,
I'll
so,
walk to your house, bro. No
okay,
problem.
because we're so nearby, right?
Yeah, right, dude.
So it's really about the diet. That's the
Right.
thing. So I told you I eat one meal a day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So normally by the end of the day, I'll just whoop something up that's easy with my wife. We meal prep once in a while, but I'm not
Right.
consistent enough.
Right,
see.
right. So
'Cause
this,
some weeks, if I'm not feeling it on the weekend, I won't do the meal prep.
Right.
If I feel motivated to cook something and like do that, then I can. Because I'm actually not that. How do I say? I'm a simple eater.
Mm.
You give me mincemeat, you give me eggs, you give me just a little bit of carb, I'm happy.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
curious, bro. How do you come to this one meal a day thing, OMAD thing, bro?
Okay, I actually discovered it through accident. I
Right.
I lost a lot of weight during Bulan Puasa,
Mhm.
and then I was like, hey, let's see how long I can keep this up.
Right. How long has it been?
Since fasting month. This fasting month
Oh,
last year.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
So look, I'm not super consistent. This is
Right.
just my main thing. So
Correct.
maybe 5 days a week.
Right.
I'll do that. And then weekends, I'll go and have a tosai.
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or something. But yeah, so
So the intermittent fasting, like, how long is that? Like for you?
So normally I'll by about 5 or after gym, about 5 o'clock. So
Okay.
normally I'll work out about 3. Then I'll eat at about 5. And then okay, look, technically it's 2 meals because I'll break my fast, but I have water and coffee during the day. Okay. Then after I go to the gym, I'll have my main meal,
Main
whatever it is.
Right.
Then just before, like an hour, 2 hours before I go to sleep, I'll have yogurt, protein powder,
Right.
and the usual,
Ah.
that.
Okay,
Because
okay.
I'm worried about, I'm not too meticulous about my protein,
Right.
but I know roughly what will get
I
me.
see. Do you eat
Yeah.
like the same thing every day for the days that you're on or when you're consistent?
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you
Sometimes
do.
I do. Dude, I can just have eggs for the whole every day of the week.
I see.
I'm actually so simple that I can have chicken breast as long as I know the sauce is good,
Right.
then I'm good.
Yeah.
Because I think you've said this before, you
Mm.
posted about this too, is that one day that will ruin you.
Right.
Right? We're saying like is that weekend binge, that will ruin you for the next few days. So I try to
Absolutely.
avoid that. I used to have one cheat day, and then I'd be like, why my body fat going up so high when it's just one day cheat day?
Right.
So I really try to avoid those.
Right. Do you cut out all sugars and stuff on the days that you're consistent?
Yeah, you know this. Like
Right.
at our age, it will affect you. So I don't. Okay, desserts and all that. I just have the yogurt.
Yeah.
That's the cheat, dude.
Right.
I don't do ice creams. I don't do anymore. Like there is an ice cream brand. I'll shout out to them if I can. But they
Go ahead. Knock
yeah,
it out.
XO. You know.
XO,
That-
no.
Okay, I think it's called XO. Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
Now with friends and they have all the macros on it.
Right.
Right,
So it's like it's 300 calories for a tub.
Oh, okay, one of
Then I'll
those.
do
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Right,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not bad. 200 calories for a tub.
yeah. It's the healthy ice creams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, that's interesting.
So and it actually tastes really good. Like, if
Okay.
you want to try it out, try it out.
Mm.
But you know this, like cutting out the sugars,
Mm.
go to mama, it's teh ais 5 kosong. You know, that kind of thing. And I just won't put myself in danger. I won't walk past a donut shop. Trust me, I want it. But it's just not worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the past, I'm transitioning right now from basically competing to just basically just maintaining at this
Yeah.
point. I'm not really planning to compete again anytime soon. So I'm
For
just,
real?
yeah, for real.
Dude, you were in shape,
I
bro.
know. I was
Man.
talking to Alif. I said this. Okay, I'm turning 30. Not saying like I'm old or anything, but I've been doing bodybuilding for the past 10 years.
Mm.
It's both of us actually. It's a time for us to transition into something else. It's a crossroads in life.
Why? Is it too?
Okay, there are several reasons.
I'm
Alif,
interviewing you, huh?
yeah, totally. No, see the roles are switched.
Yeah,
already,
okay.
You can do it both of us. For me, it's a matter of two things. I came from Ipoh, bro. For your information, I moved to KL about 2 years ago, at 28. So the past 2 years has taught me a lot of things. First of all, is that I'm shallow. What do you mean by shallow? Not as in like you are dim, but shallow in terms of experience.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I live a very sheltered life in a sense in the past maybe 8 years in Ipoh, basically just working as a trainer, eventually building up my social media over there. And I had several gyms in Ipoh, 2 gyms actually. And even though, yes, I achieved some level of success, when I came to the big city, I realized that, wow, dude, there's so much that I don't know. There's an immediate culture shock. I don't know whether you've talked to people that came up from, like, for example, Sabah, Sarawak, or like from like Negeri Sembilan. Okay, they come to KL. Dude, it's a huge culture shock for us. There's so many things. The learning curve is like supremely high. The environment breeds competition, which things that, again, you are surprised with the level of what people are willing to do in order to succeed.
Yeah.
So that being said has put me in a place whereby, dude, I have really had to speak to myself, not in a degrading way, but it's the truth. Beyond your chicken breast, rice and broccoli, your years of bodybuilding training, what else do you know, Jason?
Yeah.
So henceforth, why I started this podcast, Drive to Success, is when I have conversations with people like yourself, Ian, my perspective of the world broadens and opens up. You guys would have, for example, have a world of experience in terms of traveling abroad to study overseas, right? So you know what it is like across different countries, how people are culture-wise. So for that very reason is why I wanted to retire from the sport of bodybuilding at the moment.
Just explore, lah. I mean,
explore,
that's what it is at the end of the day, right?
And the second bit is the fact that my mom is already very old. She's 70. And bodybuilding, as you followed my stories, Ian, is a sport whereby it can consume you.
Of course. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to be willing to do everything if you want to do well in it. And that goes with anything.
Yeah, it goes with anything. Yeah, I
You
learned,
immerse yourself.
I learned this with Alif as well. I know he spoke about his years as a professional racer. There is no such thing as work-life balance if you want to achieve greatness.
Yeah.
There's no work-life
No such
balance.
That's one of the biggest lies you learn. Like now, I'm happy that I'm passionate about the job, so I can be in it for so many hours.
Yeah, exactly.
And not feel the damage too much.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So for that very reason is because of my mom and she's aging, and I knew that, look, what's more important right now? Another gold medal or the time that I have left with my mom?
Good on you, man.
Yeah, so for that reason.
you.
How about you, Alif? Your crossroads.
my crossroads is race driver transitioning to be business owner
Yeah.
and entrepreneur, juggling what we had the workshop, we converted and became a car dealership.
Dude, can I just say, like, just doing the podcast here, it's hard to not be distracted and look around. Like, gosh, dang, man.
Yeah, but cheers,
Yeah.
man. It's just stuff that, when we go traveling at Melbourne,
Yeah.
all those nice places that sell the nice cars,
Yeah.
taking bits and pieces from what we see around the world and sort of putting it in your own flavor.
Very cool.
You know what I mean?
Very cool. I
Yeah.
feel it, bro. I feel it.
Yeah, so crossroads are being, from race driver now transitioning to this, doing the podcast, as you said, to meet more people, to see what opportunities lie from here.
But it's funny when you get to know people in depth. That's when you really see, okay, there's more to it than what I'm doing, right?
Right, exactly. Because in social media, like it or not, you're still playing character. It's as authentic as you are, you can be online. Dude, you're not going to put your worst days online.
True.
Right? You're not going to show that you're having a fight with your spouse
Yeah.
or, so no matter what, there is a front they're putting up.
Yeah.
So
Although that's good content.
that's good content. I would say so.
It's
yeah.
good content. It's hard to get that, but yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially speaking, I think allowing ourselves to have this podcast or this platform is a place whereby we learn. And in the short span of, I think, less than an hour we've talked, Ian, I learned so much from you, honestly.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I
you did, I
mean,
did.
I'm glad to hear that, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the next bit of our podcast is want to ask several things, maybe some rapid fire questions.
Please.
All right. So in terms of your fitness goals, what would you like to be?
Okay, I'm gonna simplify this.
Right.
okay? I just want to be confident enough. Like now I'm at that stage where I'm okay to take off my shirt at the pool.
Right.
That dude, you don't know how important that day was. Like, as you get more fit, especially as a bodybuilder, you want to chase the next thing, be more ripped, or I'm gonna simplify it, all right?
Yeah.
Be more ripped. You want to be that point where, okay, now I'm comfortable taking my shirt off. I want to be proud. And the next is like, I want to look for every excuse to take my shirt off. So that's where I want to get.
Right.
Like, I want to look better. And your own standards, I feel, are the hardest. Because you're always going to be like, think, okay, don't eat this meal, blah, 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 blah. So I just want to be, like, confidence is so key, especially in this job.
Yeah.
If you are a radio announcer, you get guests over, and you're like, hi, okay, and I like feeling very, like, oh, I don't want to show my body like that. Yeah, you failed.
Yeah, man.
You got to look good in this job now, because we're being seen
Absolutely.
as much as we're being heard.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, do you have like someone that is like that physique goal? Is it like Cristiano Ronaldo?
Oh,
Is it like Jake Abdullah? Maybe.
Yeah, Jake. There we go. Bring him up again. I mean, I wish I could look that good at my age, and he's like 14 years older than me.
Yeah.
Okay. I always look at like UFC fighters as having a good
Right.
body, but they only keep that shape
For
a
that.
couple of weeks before the
yeah.
fight, right? So it's unrealistic. So I would say something like, give me a second to think about this. Not Ronaldo. I don't want to be that ripped because I know it's unachievable.
Mhm.
I would say, dude, like I live now, honestly. Dude, I'm not just trying to
No,
toot your
cheers,
horn, but
man.
you look great, bro.
Yeah.
This is what I always wear, black t-shirt.
Yeah.
Today's one day that I don't, and pants. As long as you look good in that, doesn't matter. Bullet, but the arms need to look like that.
Yeah.
So,
Where you sleeve hugging arms
so
like that.
Do that again, you bastard. Like that, nah. I want to be proud where I just go around flexing, like
Yeah.
not have to look for the right mirror with the right lighting before I'm
right.
happy. I want to be able to find that without the right lighting.
Hey, I'm curious one thing, bro. When you met Jake, all those years ago, first time, right? What's your first impression of him, bro? Was he already jacked at that?
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah.
So that guy has maintained his physique for the past 20 plus years.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
I
man.
respect that 20-year-old who's got a great physique,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I respect that 60-year-old even more,
Yeah.
who's had it
Yeah.
for 20 plus years. And he's
living, breathing
Yeah.
definition of consistency, dude. Dedication.
You check in with yourself in 30 years' time and you see whether you can be like that too.
He'll probably be the most jacked 80 or 90-year-old by then, bro.
I'm sure. This is the way it's going. So, yeah, I also want it to be realistic, dude. Because, like, while I watch my diet, like I said, there's times that I'm going to have a cheat meal. Like, when you go out with people, it's so hard to explain to them, sorry, I'm only going to have chicken breast. Broccoli. This is a Malay restaurant. You got things like that, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
All right. Okay, this one is for the both of us. Right. We just started this podcast, as you know, and over the years, what do you think is important when it comes to being a podcast host or someone that's interviewer?
Okay.
What's your advice?
I feel like you can guess whoever, but like what you're getting into, deep into the person's persona.
Right.
You know, you really get to know people and just see how human they are. That's interesting to me.
Mm.
I like long form, and because you really get to know your guests. The short ones, you don't know who you're talking to, right? It could all be a front. So when you really get deep into someone's persona, when they give their insecurities, when they're vulnerable, that's the good shit.
So do you do your research on whoever is coming on board?
You have to.
You have to,
You
right?
have to. And then I'll also watch past interviews. You don't want to do that. You don't want to. So why you happy? What's good with your career?
Right.
What's your favorite performance? I always want to get those when you catch someone off guard.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
All right.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Alif,
So
any other questions, Alif?
Your favorite memory of Melbourne?
Oh, dude. Okay, so oh man, so many. Where do I start? Just you know where Melbourne University is?
Mhm.
Okay, Melbourne Uni had a really good basketball court.
At the end, Swanston Street, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one. Exactly. So for those that don't know, it was glass ring. We had to pay 20 Aussie dollars to rent it out for an hour. So it was like you have to get a bunch of friends. The moment has to be right, because who's gonna part with $20 each, huh?
Oh,
it was not cheap.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I think it was $20 each. Whatever the price was, you had to get the right group of people. Everybody had to be free that weekend. So once in a while, when that court was free, we would get that amazing glass backboard, the squeaky floor, and you use your new shoes. And it was that, to me, those, because I was so into basketball. That
Right.
was the best time. And then, you have a good game.
So that's why the Foot Locker basketball
yeah,
makes sense. That makes sense.
Actually about the shoes,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were my good moments. Because, you can be anywhere in the world. It's when you find that good bunch of people that you do some good shit with. Yeah, that's what it was for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Nice. That's amazing, man. Okay, this is my last question right now.
Dudes, ask away, man.
Ask
You want
away.
to ask super personal questions? I'm up for it. Because I also feel like I know you do because I see your stories all the time.
Yeah,
Too. Go for it.
you can
I
ask
want
me
to
a
be
question.
as open book as I can, And
All right.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Wow.
Can I be like proactive? Because I saw your questions that you sent to me.
correct.
You actually asked me what success was, and this is the first time I thought about it.
Right.
Because I used to, when younger, I used to measure success or buy cars. Everything's personal. At one point, it was just getting the latest PlayStation. As I get older and I have a smaller circle, my success is measured in the people around me. So my mom's doing well. So my sisters are good. So my wife is great. So my nieces, my godchild is good. That's how I measure success. When I can take care of them too, then I know I'm successful.
Right.
So yeah.
What was the contrast of it being when you were younger? What was success to you then?
Instant gratification, getting the latest shoe,
Right.
having a lot of money in my bank account. What I feel like now, what's a good point in that if you can't, the people around you aren't doing good.
I see.
Because these are the ones that I see on a daily basis.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I measure my success now. The people around me, if they're doing well and I can take care of them, then I'm successful. So I'm not there yet.
All right. You have like a percentage of where you think you are now?
Oh man, okay, because now I feel like I can take care of my mom and the people immediately, my wife and stuff like that.
Right.
I want to get to the point where whatever my nieces, my sisters, when they ask me, hey, can we do this? And I can say yes. It's not just about monetary stuff.
Right.
It's about availability.
Right.
It's about, how much advice I can give them
Right.
and things like that. So I'd say I'm about 20%.
20%.
I want to get to 100 soon,
see.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask this question. It's a bit more personal, but since
Please.
you're offered,
Yeah.
is your dad still around?
No.
I see.
So my dad, you saw that. I used to post a lot about
Yeah,
my dad in
yeah.
2024. Yeah, he passed away in 2024, which is why now I live in the same apartment building as my mom.
I see.
So yeah, I used to live in a house, blah, blah, blah. I thought I'd move to be near her. I'm very close. I'm a mommy's boy.
Right.
That's the one thing people actually don't know
Right.
about me. I'm super close to my mom.
Right.
And yeah, my dad passed away in 2024. And yeah, now I take care of my mom a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
What was it about your dad that you think made you who you are today? Was there lessons that he taught you?
He was a full-on boomer dad. Actually, he was not even a boomer. He was born in 1943.
Oh, damn.
So he was silent generation.
Okay.
And dad was different to me. We were two very different people. I love my dad, but we didn't always get along. And I wasn't always good with, like, Chara, he used to do stuff. So we always had conflicting relationships, but I respected the way he treated my mom and my sisters. So my dad was very hard on me, and I appreciate that because his one lesson to me was, you have to be accountable. You have to be responsible. If you made a mistake, always own up to it. Put your hand up first. And I couldn't always do that in my life, but now I feel like that's a pretty good lesson. Like, it's like whatever happens, you take away, you lose my hairbrush, you just be honest about it. That actually happened. I stole this hairbrush and I lost it in school and I lied about it for weeks. Yeah, I feel like that's the best thing that he could teach me.
Yeah, I mean, it's now what, 2 years since he's gone right now?
Yeah.
Do you still feel that loss?
Yeah, I miss him way more than I thought I would because we used to conflict with each other a lot, with each other a lot. I mean, I feel terrible for saying this, but there were times when he was around that I was like, I'll be happier when he's not around.
Oh, really?
But yeah, because it used to get that bad. And the last year of his life, that was when we got along the best because he was really ill. He had cancer, prostate cancer, and then so the rest of his organs would break up. So a lot of that time was spent seeing him at hospital. And then you slowly realize when they're older, they become children again.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Yeah. So you have to take care of them. And now my mom's a teenager. Active social life. You know that kind of thing? Always out with friends. Mom comes back late. I'm like, where were you last night?
Role reversal now, right?
Why, huh? Come back so late. Mom, next time, if you do this, I made dinner. You know why you didn't eat?
So now, instead of our report cards, right, their blood tests become our report cards.
See, why is this like this?
Hey, why is like this, huh?
Cholesterol's high. You know, I talked to you about this before. I'm tired, Mom. I'm tired.
Anyways, I know lah.
But dude, she's good. After my dad passed, she really started taking care of herself. So yeah, I became close to my dad in that last year because I spent so much. He was very docile. So it was. I feel like then I had a bit of a relationship with him. I could talk to him. He wouldn't get so mad at me. And so yeah, when I lost him, I missed him a lot. Especially that first year, I felt that gap. I'm like, why is no one scolding me today? Oh yeah, Dad's gone.
Right.
Yeah.
But to my surprise, your dad was quite supportive of your career, isn't it? He told me.
Super supportive. That's the one thing.
That's the one thing, right?
But you know, he's super supportive of my career. Not so much in my choices. You know, like he was a guy that loved golf. So he always wanted me to play golf. I hated it because he always wanted me to play golf. And I hated it, you know?
Yeah.
He got me a golf set when I was young. I'm like, why? I don't play this game. It's so boring. And I felt like that was one of the biggest things in his life that, you know, he wanted me to do. And he was a businessman. I was never interested in business, and I don't think I had the mind for it. And, you know, just our ways of doing daily shit would be different. I'm a last minute kind of guy.
Yeah.
He was like, you got to plan everything ahead. So yeah, that's where the conflict was.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've dealt with loss as well. My dad passed in 2023.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, sorry to hear that as well.
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
case. Yeah, I mean, over the years, now it's a lot of melancholy, right?
Yeah.
Where you remember your dad and what he's done for you. And like you said, a lot of times you're guilty of not being the best son all the time, right? Yeah. I would say.
Yeah, man, but there's nothing you can do to go back to it. You know, I try now just to remember the good memories and be thankful that I had him for as long as I did. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right. The way I look at it for myself is that, look, my dad's not around anymore. My mom's here. So henceforth why I told you I wanted to retire.
Got it.
I had to be there for my mom now. Even until I think for the past, since the year that my dad passed away until now, we've not celebrated Chinese New Year.
Oh,
my mom doesn't want to. Because that cooking of the reunion dinner, that part still kills her.
I can, you got to give it time.
Yeah, give it some time to her, right?
My mom's the same with Raya too. She always feels it during Raya.
Yeah.
Because Dad would always take charge. He's like, we're doing this, we're going here, we're going back, Kotabagu, you know, we're going to eat this, we're going to this relative's house.
Yeah.
That's when you feel it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
we have coming to the end of the podcast right now. And before we end the show, I would like this to be an opportunity for you to perhaps address the many fans, including me and Alif, that have listened to you throughout the years.
Thanks, man.
If you could give one advice or something that you want to share with them, what would it be?
Just
could be anything.
Straight up
advice. Could be just, of course, on top of that, you address them as your fans over the years watching you. Yeah.
I mean, I always say this: there's so many things out there, but there's only one you. There's only one you. Whatever it is that you're insecure about, that's something that adds to your character. So this goes back to what we said just now. Just be yourself, man.
Yeah.
When you find yourself and you're comfortable with yourself, everything flows from there. You don't have to be anyone else. There's only one you. That's the only thing there is one of in this world. Everything else is repeated. So I know it's super cliched, but we already said this just now. It's super hard. You have to try to be yourself.
Absolutely.
Get there, be comfortable, do what you really want to do, chase your passion, and it all comes from you being comfortable with who you are.
All right. Thanks, Ian.
Hey,
for-
thanks, boys. This
Thanks,
was
man.
fun.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I can say on all, perhaps we could start the Ian fan club, right? The
Oh.
Ian fans club. On behalf of the Ian's fans club, as the president, sub-elected president, and vice president, we'd like to thank you for your years of being on radio,
Thanks, y'all.
filling our everyday mornings to school, and we hope to hear you perhaps another 5 to another decade more.
I hope so
On
too.
the air.
I hope so too. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all,
Yeah,
like,
cheers, man.
man.
It's been fun, man. I appreciate y'all.
Sure, for sure.
So good, so good.
So, guys, thank you for tuning in to the Drive to Success podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, both on TikTok, Instagram, and of course, YouTube, the long format. And subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Drive to Success podcast.